Hey, what's up, what's up, what's up? How you doing? How you been? What's going on? What's good? Oh, you getting it in? Somebody's getting it for you. What's going on, people? Woo, what's going on, people? It is another day of another day of another day, and I'm making a video very, very late. As you already know, because I was going to make a video today. I guess I'm kind of in a bummer mood these days, so I haven't been really wanting to make a video. Oh, that being said, the nights are getting longer and realizing I don't have a man. Versus the ones who do and stuff like that, you know, for your blessed and stuff like that, I guess I have a man. Anyway, I've been looking at a few videos and stuff like that, checking out a few things and stuff like that, and I was watching Basketball Wives and stuff like that, and I was trying to understand why Tammy is so angry, but then I sit back and I looked, and I know it has to be very heartfelt to watch her mother and stuff like that, to be, you know, sitting up there watching her mother die and watch this whole thing play out. Has to be horrible, you know, and that being said, my heart goes out to you, Tammy Roman. I know it is horrific to be going through something like that, and I know if anybody can have empathy in their heart, you would never understand what it's like to watch somebody die right in front of you, and there's not a damn thing you can do about it. And she's going to act out, and she's going to do things that probably she may regret later on, but right now she's hurting, you know, and I feel really bad for her. And I know some people like, they're really hard, and it's like, well, she needs to know better, da-da-da. But you never know how you're going to react to something when it happens to you and stuff like that. You know, it's a really difficult situation and stuff like that. But anyway, that's what it is. And my heart goes out to her. Anybody who's suffering from cancer or, you know, a death-defying disease that's really nothing no one can do about it but watch you basically slip through our fingers, and we get really sad. And I guess it's the same thing when I feel like transsexuals and stuff like that. I feel very sad and stuff like that because I don't want transsexuals to feel like they need to, I don't feel like transsexuals should try to feel like they need to fit into a world that don't accept them. They already have a world, and that's my whole point, is letting them know that they already have somebody. They're always trying to go out there and try to find someone to accept them when they already have a world that do accept them. They just got to look through the cracks to find the right people. And, you know, it's worth it once you find out who it is and stuff like that, you know. And I always tell the girls like me who are much more older and stuff like that, you got to stop being so mean to the younger people that's coming. I understand that they may have lost it when you want to laugh at them and kiki because they're coming together. But at one point, you was in that same spot where you feel as though you had it together. And when you look back at the pictures, you really didn't. It's not funny, but some of y'all, whoa, but it is what it is. And I know I got a story to tell, honey, because I was a hot mess. You know, and I used to ask people to help me and stuff like that. They wouldn't help me. People wouldn't help me. They said they would help me, but they wouldn't help me. And they had me wondering if I looked like a damn fool, honey, and I thought I would look like motherfucking Melanie Monroe. Oh, and that being said, you know, it's so fun because it seems like the girls don't want to help the younger girls, and I think that's so messed up. And, you know, and I'm, for those who are blessed to have family that support you in your decision and stuff, like you may have went through the rocks, but y'all actually made it a way that y'all found a safe ground where y'all can actually talk and be there. There are a lot of girls like me who can't, we're never going to have that safe ground, we're never going to have that. So, you know, we always need that holding hand for the ones who don't have that fortunate life as you. And I learned a lot of girls that have that life of a parent and everything, so that they really don't understand what it's like for another transsexual who don't have that. They're like, oh, I understand because if that would happen to me, but it doesn't happen to you. In my prime example, if your mother's living and someone else's mother is dead, how could you understand what it's like to have a dead mother if yours is living? You will never understand what it's like until it actually happens to you. You know, it is what it is, and I could always say we could have empathy and stuff like that, but you never know what it's like. And also I was reading something in reference to a lot of transsexuals are not happy with being a transsexual, that they're going through holy hell. Well, it depends. It depends on the girl. It depends if she's going to be defeated or undefeated. The only difference I say with me and stuff like that, you know, I say, I met the same kind of guys that I did as a boy, as a girl. I mean, I just did. I don't know why. Maybe I was tranny and didn't know what I was doing. After all, I always had a pack of hair in my head. In fact, I had 2 packs of hair in my head. Always had it down my back. And the funny thing about it, when I was in my boy days, I think I wore more makeup as a boy than I did as a girl. Oh, but the fruits of labor are hanging all over my body, and the boys are coming for me, you know, and they just look, they don't know what the fuck to think of it. And I don't make it easy because I can always smile, you know, but I don't do that because I don't want to welcome them in because that's all they're waiting for is a smile or a glance of turn away. Bitch, no. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to throw a passage room. That's not my thing. Anyway, you know, it is what it is and stuff like that. And for the ones who's going through the struggles, who lost their job, my heart goes out to you. For me, I understand the struggle because I'm going through the same thing as well. And unfortunately, when you're going through something where you got a lot of turmoil, you start thinking of bad things to do. When the bad things start seeming like they're the better things and they're the only thing to do, versus the things that you're trying to do is positive. And and they're saying, you know, that things gonna take time. You know, slavery is allegedly supposed to be over now, but reality, we know a lot of that shit is still going on. It's just found a way to doing it in a political type of way. You know, and the same thing like with Obama, the president, and stuff like that. And it's like, well, a lot of people don't want to talk about him because it's like, well, if you say anything about him, you're being mean against the blacks. Well, I think it's kind of fucked up when you just say that because the simple fact of the matter is that he is half white. His mother is white, his father's black. So obviously we both share the same part when it comes to this man. So he's your part and he's my part. Together he combines us both. Sure, I'm sure you, as a person, hasn't done everything perfect. I'm sure anybody else, whether you black, white, purple, gray, or whatever the case may be, has not done everything perfect. But I can tell you one thing. Who wouldn't like to run for president besides me? And then as you're in president, you're like, I'm the president, nice thing, man. You've achieved this thing, but now you've achieved it. You don't even know what's behind that door, the book of stuff that's going to be dropped in your desk. And I know a lot of people are like, well, you know, he should have But how many times we all apply for jobs and stuff like that, we gagged? You know, it's so funny how we can always sit back and find the person that we want to make fun of or we want to put them down. But when we're sitting in that same situation, we forget what happened when it came to us. Or we want people to understand it. We find that people don't want to understand where we're coming from. Or I don't want to talk to you. When I came to you and tried to tell you my problem, you didn't want to hear it. So now you tell me something going at your job. I don't want to hear it. I'm sure there's tons of people who sit back and they're at their job right about now. They're like, you know, I make a lot of money, but I'm miserable as a motherfucker. You're going through the hood, as they call it. That's the ghetto version. And people saying ghetto is supposed to be a reference to black, but that's just a way of saying, oh, I'm ghetto. That means you're black, but they're not saying it, but that's what they're saying. And a lot of white people, they go through the black area, stuff like that, to go pick up drugs. And a lot of black people go into the white area to pick up the drugs from them, to sell it to the black area. I mean, let's say what it is. Because a lot of times many of us don't own planes and trains and all this kind of stuff. It's the white men who already have it. I'm not going to make this video racial. It's going to the left. But it is what it is. And, you know, it's way bigger than you. It's way bigger than me. And the simple fact of the matter is that I'm not knocking nobody's hustle because people got to do what they got to do at the end of the day. At the end of the day, when you got kids in the house and they cry and they want to eat, they don't want to hear nothing about it's on the way. You got to find a way. And sometimes you got to do things you don't want to do to make it to the next day. You know, and I always talk about guys that are locked up and stuff like that because my heart goes out to them. You never know, not all of them, because some of them, you already know. But my heart goes out to a lot of them and stuff like that really didn't do what they inside of it saying that they did. You got Mandela who did all them years and stuff like that, and for what? You know, and it is so sad because we don't have enough empathy to realize that when it didn't happen to us, we don't care. Okay, this video is just too serious. Anyway, I guess I want to just give you an idea of the rough thoughts that run through my head and stuff like that. And then on top of that, you don't know where the world is going. It seems like it's headed to an end. You don't know if it's at the end or we already at the end. We don't know if we're at the end or we done died and we thinking that we still living. I mean, we're in a mess. But it is what it is. And I always have empathy and stuff like that. And I'm not a cold person. I'm not a heartless person and stuff like that. I just try to use a lot of empathy because of somebody else. But then when people try to be mean to me, I'm not going to argue with them. You're always going to be right. Say it again, Raven. You're always going to be right when it comes to me. I'm just going to block you. Because my life has too many issues at hand to have somebody try to impose a negative thought on me. Anyway, and I won't let you put it on my Facebook, or on my YouTube page, so the younger generation and stuff like that, the people coming up trying with the struggle, I'm not going to let you get that. You go to somebody else to do it and da-da-da. I check my stuff. I will not let them see that I'm their big sister, honey, and I'm here to watch and make sure their eyes don't see nothing that's going to hurt them any more than people have already hurt them, and that are people that are different. Anyway, I want to thank you all, new people, boom. I want to thank you all, old people, bam. And I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. I want you to do you. Yeah, and I'm blonde hair and blue eyes. You motherfucker right, bitch. And I'm taking it out in a minute. And I want you to do you. I want you to do you the best way you can. If nobody don't like it, then fuck them. Oh, boy.